Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to go over some of the new content that came out today. Also, some friendly reminders as we are coming to a close from the Team of the Year event. And as we move on to what's to come on Friday, but let's check out some of the stuff we got here and now. And it's going to be headlined by this goalie, Sebastian. Is it Cosa or Casa? If I F it up, I'm sorry. 6'6", 229. He's got synergies of defensive boost along with speed boost, silver sponge, gold x-ray. I want to highlight 6'6" with 95 speed. The card, when I have faced off against him, his lower level card is always a pain in my you-know-what. I can only imagine what you can do if you got this. I have checked the market. So far, I've only seen one on there for like 400,000 and it sold immediately. So if you get the chance to pull this, I highly recommend holding on to it because you might have probably the best goalie in the game. We also got a new Axel card. Honestly, it's not going to be as good if you have his fantasy, but 91 XL, 91 speed. He's got offensive defenseman along with power shoot and boost. He's got silver heat seeker and gold elite edges, which I do like that gold elite edges. So compared to his fantasy, just flip flop those abilities around. So I don't mind that at all. But his defensive stats ain't like crazy or over the top, but it's still another pretty decent card. Sam Dickinson, 6'3", $199. This is one that I'm also going to say probably was the best one to come out. That wasn't a goalie position. 6'3", $199, two-way defenseman along with power shoot and boost. 92s across the board for skating. He's got the best defensive ability with his gold shutdown, and his defensive stats aren't bad in the low 90s over there on the far right. Highly recommend if you get a chance. I'd hold on to this one. This is a very usable card. Then, as we move on to your third page, we got a few more in there. There's nothing that really stood out to me, like, oh my gosh, you got to make this one. 6 foot, $179. Offensive defenseman along with DK boost. 93 XL, 93 speed at 6 foot, $179 as a right defenseman. Just ain't gonna cut it. I mean, not as good defensive abilities. I do like the shots a little bit higher. Speed's there. Agility's pretty good as well. I like the gold elite edges, but I'm still gonna take the other guy that has a little bit more size and weight to him. Even if that means not being off by 1 XL, 1 speed. It's not a deal breaker for me. Carter here, right defenseman, two-way defenseman along with pinpoint shooting boost. We got silver quick pick along with gold heat seeker. Just a little bit slower, but 6'3", 201. I mean, it's on the right-handed side. I'm still going to take the left-handed defenseman. The only way you're going to be able to do this is if you pull them, by the way. Evan Gardner, 6'2", $174. I like the gold light work on him, but at the end of the day, unless I pull this, it's probably still going to be sold. So nothing crazy as far as those cards go. Keep in mind, make sure to check because they are in the stores now. I got my Boldy up to a 90, so we did hit the next tier. Make sure you collect those. That's going to raise his stats now up to 89 XL. 90 speed, 87 endurance, 94 balance. His shots in the low to mid 90s. His hands are in the low to mid 90s. And his defensive stats are kind of in those like mid to upper 80s. He's got gold Schneip along with silver unstoppable force. If we can get that final one, that's where you're going to see a nice jump across the board. 90 XL, 91 speed is where he could be capped out at. Then if you put those synergies on and stuff like that, I mean, we're talking mid 90s for his shots. It's going to be a very lethal card. Hopefully we can earn and get up to that final one because he will be immediately into the lineup. I might even throw Marty onto the fourth line as he is. Tell me who you selected and, if you got Devon Tays, I've seen him a couple times. He's now got 90 XL. He's also got 90 speed. He's got two-way defenseman along with pinpoint shooting boost. He's got silver elite edges and gold shutdown. Gold shutdown's always immaculate, and his defensive stats are pretty darn good too. So another great one. If you took the Rupe Hintz, he has two-way forward along with D-Keen boost. His faceoffs is up to an 89 now. Not the greatest. His speed and stuff just isn't there. That's why I think Boldy was probably the better choice there. Rasmus Anderson. He now has 89 XL, 90 speed, 88 endurance. He's got silver ice pack along with gold elite edges. I still think Tays would have been the better one to select personally, but you know, it just depends. But either way, make sure you check out the store, pick up those freebies in there, and then you'll be good to go. The other one to take a look at too is we got some awesome transaction cards that are definitely worth looking at. And it's kind of been like an overhaul of a lot of different cards. So we got the 90 overall JT Miller is going to highlight it. 6'1", 218. With the synergies activated, you got gold make it snappy along with silver big rig. 93 XL, 92 speed, 89 agility is my only like kind of question mark on it. Like I wish it was a little bit higher, but still not bad for like his size. And his shot's going to be pretty good in the low 90s. He's going to be hard to knock off the puck with his size and his speed. And he's got 93 faceoffs, so you can throw him at the center if you need to. Then we also got Mikael Granlund, 5'10", buck 85. Now playing for the Dallas Stars. Playmaking forward along with speed boost. I mean, 91 XL, 94 speed. He's got silver elite edges. 96 agility is going to be immaculate on a card like this. Low 90s for his shot. And his defensive stats ain't that bad either for his size. Then we got Farabee. Honestly, this is low-key my favorite card that came out from these transactions today. He's got two-way forward along with power shooting boost. He's got silver make it snappy, gold unstoppable for 6 foot, buck 86, 94 XL, 94 agility, 94 speed, 90 endurance too, so he can kind of get gas going up and down the ice just one time. And his defensive stats are in the upper 80s or low 90s. So like this is not a bad card whatsoever. And then from there it just kind of comes down a little bit. But like Kuzmenko, hey, if you end up pulling one of these cards, like, hey, kudos to you. But the only ones I'm really kind of keeping my eye out for are the ones I've already kind of covered. Other than that, guys, what'd you guys think of the content that came out today? And then what do you think the Hut Champs card is going to be? Like some of you were about to get our Mark Stone card if you played Hut Champs over the weekend. Is there any cards that really stuck out to you? I really think the goalie's probably the best in the game. We'll wait and see. We could say that all we want about a goalie, but who knows? Maybe he ends up being the biggest pile of crap ever. Like, that's just sometimes how it goes. Also, if you have 40 minutes to kill and you really want to waste some time, boy, do I have a deal for you. If you go over the objectives, there's a thing called sets. You can make 100 sets and you'll get an 85 plus pack. It's just one card. While you're making your 100 sets, you'll also receive a couple other cards, including a 82 plus, 83 plus, and an 85 plus. Is it worth it? I pulled an 86, an 85, and an 83. So, like, is it worth it? I don't think so, but, like, if you have a ton of cards to burn, I'm like, yeah, why not? I did it all of my, like, 60s and low 70s, and I made it, so I really don't care, I guess. Other than that, just keep in mind you got a few days left to get those objectives, get those collectibles, make sure you're hitting up wild card, and hopefully this kind of helps you guys out when it comes to maybe getting some packs and reloading. Make sure you do stop on back here, because just like all the other MSPs, I've showed you different ways that you can make MSPs for less than 100,000 coins. Hopefully it goes back to that where it's going to be pretty much dirt cheap, or you can make one of those bad boys for free. Other than that, thank you guys so much. If you like what you saw, hit that like button down below. We'll see you back here next time, aka probably tomorrow. We'll see. I'm really hoping we see team builders here shortly. Like, I think we're due. So if you can, start looking at the market, maybe make a couple more team builders, because I can see them being traded in. And I think this next set of team builders probably be very worthwhile, because they should be 92s if we're still following it correctly. Other than that, thank you guys so much once again. Take care and have a wonderful rest of your evening or day, depending on where you're at.